Hey YouTube, it's your girl Sanaya. Welcome back to another video. Hi everyone, I hope everyone is doing great. I'm doing wonderful. And today I'm going to be talking about how my third eye was blocked when I was young. When I was young, I didn't really know too much about everything in the world, the physical world. When I was younger, I'm a prophet and I have that gift of a seer. So I see things. When I was young, my family would do horrible things, drugs, a lot of, cult shit. And I will see it. And I was young. I was very young when I was seeing these things, but I knew deep down in my head it wasn't right. My mother or my family, they was confused because they're like, how she know? How she know this stuff? She did her research on me and she learned that I have the gift of a seer. I can see stuff. What she did was, in order for me to not know what's going on, she started to do glamour magic and like spells to block my third eye, to make me feel good about them. It was to block me from knowing the truth about them and blocking me from my gifts because they was nervous. And when I told them at a young age that I wanted to do YouTube, ever since I was young, like, I just knew that I was different. When I told them, she got scared. So she started to doing like spiritual things over me and over them, so I can feel attached to them, so I can care for them, so I can love them, so I will never wake up to what's going on around me. It was difficult at the same time when your family is breaking you and then you still have the hold to even love them and care for them. But that just been my heart. No matter what, it been my heart because I have a big heart. God gave me that heart. I have the gift to even love people, even forgive people that broke me. Once she found out I had gifts, or when my family found out I had gifts, they tried to like harvest my energy and give them my energy to them. They'll come around me to lower my frequency and they'll take my energy and use it for them. So that's why when I was younger, I'm just like, even when my mom were good, even when we hashed things out, she never wanted to stop. She wanted to be immature. She wanted to be a little kid. She didn't have the wisdom that I had. There was to the point where I couldn't even take it to even keep arguing with you because it's like, it's unnecessary. Now you're just picking on me. Now you just want to fight. And as I start to go older, I'm just like, okay, that's why she wanted to keep fighting with me. That's why she always wanted to argue with me, because she wanted to bring my frequency down so she can siphon off my energy and give it to her. That's what people doing. And it's not just mothers, it's family, friends, lovers, all that. So make sure you're paying attention to people. It took me a little bit long to actually get on board with all of this stuff because my mom was blocking my third eye. People that she was working with was blocking my third eye, so I wouldn't know that I was rich in spirit. You feel me? I don't have to be rich out in the world, because what's in me, that's gonna make me rich. And they didn't want that. They didn't want that. So they tried to do things to block my third eye. They thought that whenever they were sending them attacks and spiritual warfare that I was going through, they thought that that was going to stop me. They thought that they did their work. They thought I was never going to come out of that. But they didn't know that I have the gift of healing. I have the gift of healing others, and I have the gift of healing myself. Okay? They didn't know that. They didn't know I had that gift. As me healing and stuff like that, they was confused. They was wondering like, huh? What's going on? I thought she was asleep. I thought she was never gonna wake up. I thought I got her. No, baby, no. It was never gonna work, okay? I might have was asleep a little bit, but once I started to have a deep understanding of myself, starting to realize myself, that's when I broke out of them illusions that they was trying to put on me. That's when I started to call my power back. That's when I started to move accordingly. That's why I started to pick boundaries up, because I started to get more stronger in my head and looking at things the way how things are showing me. I'm not going based off what people are saying. I'm going based off their actions. It's not about what people say, it's about their actions. So if you're telling me, oh, we're doing this, we're doing that, I love you, this and that and third, and you show me otherwise, you think I'm gonna believe you? That's a form of manipulation. One tactic that she was doing was trying to bind me with her, trying to make me love her so she can have that hold on me, so she can have a close up on me. Because you gotta understand, I'm chosen, I'm anointed. If a chosen one is connected to somebody, whoever they're connected to, they're going to get protection too. They're going to get good karma too. You know what I'm saying? But if the person that they're connected to got bad karma, that's when the chosen one will, a little bit, not all of the karma, but they will start getting a little bit of karma too. You know what I'm saying? Not as much because it's not their karma, but they will start to get karma. But that's just showing the chosen one that you're not supposed to be near that person, because that person has a lot of karma debt that they're not trying to clear in their life. So that's why I was drained. That's why I had sleepless nights. I didn't know myself. I just thought that, I just felt like I just didn't really know what was going on in this world. And I thought that I would never be able to move up far enough, because my mom would always try to put me down and say, oh, you're never gonna be this, or you're never gonna do that, but you can't do this, you can't do that, leave my house, leave my house. Okay, but when you do those things, when you say leave your house, you leave your house, you still have a form of way to want me to reel me back in. When I leave her house, she do things in my life to try to fuck me over, try to do magic to bring me back to her. Okay, so you don't like me, you don't love me, you don't fuck with me, but you still try to do magic to fuck up my life because you're miserable about your life? Because I look better than you? Because you don't have the gifts that I have? Oh, because the protection that I have, you know that if my protection come off you, you're going down. Oh, okay, we get it, we get it. Okay, we get it, I get it. I have a protection, so my angels is like, okay, if I'm with this person, if I'm close with this person is gonna get protection too. But my ancestors will let me know when I should leave somebody and when I should not be talking to someone. They will let me know that to help me out. Even when people leave my life, they still think about me. They still like, why I can't get this girl off my mind? Why? Because they understand I'm different. I'm a chosen one. I'm not like other people in this world except the chosen ones. The chosen ones have a different version of life. That's what I could say. A different version of life that they see. Many are called, few are chosen. I said it wrong in the other video, but that's what I meant to say, okay? Us chosen ones, we're here to uplift the frequency up in the universe, help people open their eyes of what's going on in the world, help them elevate on a frequency, okay? Everybody that I came across, I'm not saying everybody, but I come across people's life to help awaken them so they can go in a spiritual awakening, so they can consciously know their self, get to know their self. That's the whole thing about being spiritual, to know yourself, your inner self, and to know God. All that religion stuff, that's just separating us. You gotta understand, the war back in the day when everybody was a different religion, and they're fighting against each other, because that's religion. But if everybody come together and be spiritual, we're all going to rise up. And that's what they don't want. They don't want that. See, with me, the way how my family did me, they thought that I was going to be stuck, They thought that I was never going to find myself, that I was never going to stick up for myself, I was never going to put the boundaries by myself, and I was never going to see them for who they really are. Until they kept forcing me. They kept forcing me. They kept being mean. They kept treating me wrong. They kept fucking me over. They kept telling me I'm not this. They kept telling me I'm not that. Not knowing that he sent me on my spiritual awakening. They helped me go on my spiritual awakening, dark night of the soul, all that. They helped me. So all that time when they thought they was just showing me, they were building me the whole time, and they didn't know that. They helped me push me to better. They helped me become a beast. They helped me become a goddess. They helped me become who I am today, and I thank you for them. No matter how much people did me dirty, no matter how much people fucked me over, I forgive them. But you gotta understand, you can forgive, but you don't want to forget. Okay, you can forgive people for yourself. It's not for them. You're forgiving for yourself because you don't want to hold on to that pain, that hurt, that baggage. You don't need that because it's not your fault. If you know you're a good person and you know they did you wrong, why would you hold on to that? Never feel sorry for how you are and how good-hearted you are to certain people. I have the power to see beyond the veil, to see beyond the illusions, to see beyond the manipulations, to see beyond the mask that people are trying to put on their self. I can see, and that's the gift that I have. Prophecies bring correction, and that's what I am. I'm here to bring correction. We're not going to see someone hurt and messed up and dark and being totally miserable in the inside. I'm not going to sit there and lie to them and think that they're okay. Prophets do not go along with the flow. That's why you don't see prophets hanging out with different people, because nobody can own them. You can't own them, you can't buy them. That's why we tend to be alone and not be around a lot of people, because everybody is not awakened. Everybody is not, you know, on a higher frequency. When you're in a high frequency, we tend to want to just be around people that are in a high frequency. Okay, because when people are on a low frequency, they're going to tend to want to bring you down on their level because they feel some type of way of your frequency. That's why we're to ourselves, and we like being by ourselves. As much as we've been by ourselves our whole life because our family wasn't really there, we didn't really have good friends, we didn't really have good partners. So it's like, even though we been around people, we always felt alone. Nobody was really there for us for real, how we really wanted them to be. And that was God plan the whole time for me. He was basically letting me know that I was never going to fit in anyway, because I'm just too mature. I have a different vision in life. They don't see how I see. They don't think the way how I think. When I came around people, they just like, it's something about her. They knew something was about me. They knew something was special. That's why they tried to stay around me for certain reasons. But once I learned that, I noticed that I can't be around people that's just not on my level. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that I'm better than nobody. I'm not saying I'm perfect, because nobody's really perfect. But there's some things that people do know and some people do not know. And I just have that wisdom to just be a truth speaker, to let people know the truth. And some people don't want to take the truth and heal. They want to go against it and fight and do spells and stuff like that, and thinking that's going to work, and they think that, oh, karma will never come their way. But that's not how spiritual law works. God sees everything. Spirit sees everything. You would never get away with anything. A lot of people that I came around back then, they were trying to block my third eye by wanting me to hang out with them 24/7, smoking 24/7, drinking 24/7. going out 24/7, doing work, spell work 24/7, so I won't see the truth, so they can block my third eye. But I'm a healer. I'm always going to heal. And everyone has gifts. God put us on this planet to use our gifts, and it's up to you to find out what's your gift. Everybody has different gifts, and you have to find that gift. Once you start to learn yourself, you will know your gift. You will know it. You will understand it. Some people have different gifts. It's not that I know it all, it's just that I'm gifted. I have strong gifts that God gave me, and I'm here to help people understand their gifts, help them walk in their power, help people see a different view of life. A lot of people want to live in a low vibration, and I mean, if that's what you choose to do, but you can be better. You could be a better person. You don't have to be that mean person, that manipulating person, that cheating person, that narcissist person, that low vibrational person. You don't have to be that, because that's not going to get you nowhere. It's not going to get you nowhere. When you have gifts, you want to use your gifts in the best way. You want to use it for your higher good, not for the bad, because when you use it for the bad, you will get your gifts taken away. That's the spiritual law. Yes, you will get it taken away. You won't have no gift to use at all. You will get it taken away because you're not using the right way. You're not using it for good, you're using it for bad. And that's one way to be in spiritual prison. And yes, that's also what I want to tell you. There's a thing of spiritual prison. Yes, there's a spiritual prison where God, spiritual team, Holy Spirit, they have a prison in the spirit where you can be in spiritual prison, where first you got to go under judgment, then you will go to spiritual prison, and they can sentence you for how many years they want to, until they feel like it's okay to release you. Meaning they can strict you for your money. You won't have no opportunities to get money. You won't have opportunities to expand in life. You will be trapped in your head mentally. You will be fighting yourself. You will be seeing those spirits. You will feel like you want to give up. Yes, that's mental spirit. I mean, that's mental prison. Yep. Yeah. People do it to themselves though, because they think, oh, I'm just gonna throw magic. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I want her gone. I want him gone. Okay. Alright, you're just setting yourself up for failure. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I don't want people to feel like they should have to run to magic, because it's not gonna get you nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know who's protected. You don't know that. And then once you come across the wrong one to do that to, that's pretty bad for you. It's really bad for you. And a lot of things can happen. A lot of bad things can happen. I'm just trying to, you know, help people understand that trying to block someone's third eye, trying to block someone's chakras, it's not going to get you nowhere, but you falling in the ditch that you're trying to put someone else in. That's all that's going to happen. Spirit sees everything. They literally have a notebook, right? They have a notebook, and they keep track. And once somebody do something bad to somebody, they tell you, oh, you did that? Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that thing. Yeah. Oh, remember that day? Remember that day? Yeah, okay. That's what they do out here. That's what the spirits do out here. You can't compete with the dead or the spirits. And that's what people fail to realize. They think they are God, and they think that they can win over things because they have people to back them up. You can't compete with the spirit that you can't see. You can't do that. So once I started to realize a lot, started to pay attention how these family members moves, that's when I started to unblock my third eye, because they were trying to hinder me and stop me from my gifts and abilities. I am able to bring back life into anything. I'm able to breathe back life into anything. I'm a phoenix. A phoenix dropped and turned to ashes, and from the ashes I bring back stuff into life. They didn't know about those gifts. They didn't know that I had the gift of a phoenix. They only knew that I was just a seer. They only knew that I was a seer, this powerful seer at that. They didn't know I was able to bring back life and breathe back life into myself. As I started working on myself, as I started to put up boundaries, that's when my third eye started to come back alive. And that's how I stepped into my gifts. I feel like anyone can open up their gifts. Anyone could use their gifts for good. Everybody can open up their third eye if they really want to. They just gotta go through the steps. Yes, you can be spiritual, but there's some spiritual people that say, oh, I'm spiritual, and they're spiritual narcissists, meaning they're spiritual but they didn't go through the shadow work. So they can be spiritual, but you still didn't go through all the bad stuff to become good. There's always a dark in order to see the light. Okay, I have to go through the dark to see the light. Some people get it easily, and that's why they don't know certain things. That's why they don't see certain things, because they got it so easily. But I had to rise by myself. I had to get out of the matrix. I had to just be better for myself and know that I could be better for myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't need a whole group of people to be like, oh yeah, I'm this, I'm that. No, no. Not everybody wants to see you happy. Not even your own family will want to see you happy. They want to keep you stuck in a cycle, in a karma cycle that they want you in. My family, they're my family, but they're a karmic family. Meaning my past life, they were karmic family. In this lifetime, I had the chance to remove my karmic family out my life. Karmic friends out my life. Karmic lovers out my life. So if I can do it, you can do it too. It doesn't matter if you're chosen, you're not. There were some people that was born ordinary. There were some people that was born extraordinary. And there were some people that are chosen that people even question if they're even human at all. When you step into your power and you get rid of energy vampires, people that's trying to dim your light, there's people that's trying to bring you down to their level, that's trying to block all your chakras because they feel some type of way about you, because you're a threat, because you're authentic, because they didn't do the work and they see that you did the work, so they want to be mean, they want to block you. Don't worry about that. The more you heal, the more their value go down. The more you heal, the more they not even nobody's going to worry about them. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to keep being on that low vibration because they're paying attention to you, because they want to stop you, and the more they do that to you, the more they go down, the more they have sleepless nights. So it's like when people are trying to do certain things to you, keep rising. No matter what, keep rising. Don't worry about all that stuff. Block all that stuff out, because it's not unnecessary. It's an illusion that people want you to attend to pay attention to, but don't give them that. When you're, you know, doing certain things, make sure you're actually paying attention and actually doing the things that you really want to do, instead of worrying about and paying attention to other people that's doing something that you don't even really want to do for real. Guys, that's my story. If you want to open up your third eye, meditate, eat healthy, ground yourself, and just start working on yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to be alone. It's okay. Feel me? We're all going to be alone anyway somehow, right? It's best to be alone, work on yourself, and then God will bring you the people that is just like you. God knew that I couldn't be around those people in the past because they wasn't going to benefit me. They were going to try to eat off my plate that they try to destroy. No, I will prepare my own table. What God said, I will prepare your table in front of your enemies. Yes, that's what he will do. That's what he will do. They thought that I wanted a seat at their table, and God said, no, you don't need it. You can prepare your own table. And that's what I did, and that's what I'm doing. Okay, never try to fit in. If you don't fit in, oh well. The people that like you, love you for who you are, they will love you for who you are, no matter what. They don't care. They don't care. Okay, so stay positive. You will get there. Okay, like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notification on, and stay tuned for the next video. Love and light.